I want to bring something to your attention.
You keep saying, this is who I am, this is who I am. And you're chasing all the good people in your life away. This is who I am, and you're having issues at work.
So there's something called the feeling of novelty. You're old enough to be married, right? And you've been in so many relationships. But you find yourself bailing. You find yourself running anytime the relationship gets to a commitment stage. Every couple might look like this egg. They've got it all figured out. No cracks, beautiful, flawless, perfect vacation, matching photos, constant affection, right? But you're only seeing their shell.
Hi beautiful family, you're welcome to my channel. Now in this very video I want to talk about the novelty syndrome. Alright, have you ever come to this point where you just feel things are not going as you plan? Just 2 weeks or a month into a relationship, everything just looks old to you. There's nothing new. Even communication is already dying down. At this point, let me allow you listen, and also let me know what your opinion are on this particular subject, the novelty syndrome in relationships and marriage.
I want to bring something to your attention. So there's something called the feeling of novelty. You're old enough to be married, right? And you've been in so many relationships. But you find yourself bailing. You find yourself running anytime the relationship gets to a commitment stage. So you enjoy the relationship when it's in its early stage. The butterflies, the spark, those long midnight calls, the sweetness, the freshness, the novelty, you enjoy it. But as soon as it gets to the real deal, because those butterflies will die down at some point, the spark, the freshness, they will all die down at some point. So what's going to sustain that relationship is the real deal. Commitment, loyalty, honesty, communication, the real ingredients that you need to sustain a relationship. When that time comes, you can't. You start feeling uncomfortable. You start looking for faults and reasons to leave. And these are good partners, great partners. But you've gotten to that point where you can no longer tolerate, because all you are craving is the freshness. You can't do the serious bits. It's like an addiction for you. You want something new. You see yourself moving from one relationship to the other. You need to look into it. Because if you don't, you end up marrying someone just so people don't think something is wrong with you, but you cheat on them. You will not be loyal to them because there is an addiction that needs to be treated. There is an addiction that you need to work on. It's called the feeling of novelty. I just said to bring it to your attention. There are ways to help you come out, conquer that addiction, but you need to acknowledge it and ask for help. A healthy marriage is not made up of two perfect people. It's made up of two people that are willing to learn, to unlearn, to relearn. Two people that are willing to make it work. If it's not working, it's either one person is trying to hold it down, another person is destroying it, or the two of you are not even ready or willing to make it work. Nobody is perfect. Every successful marriage you see today, it's a work in progress. The grass is not greener on the other side. All they're doing is constant watering. Once you start watering yours, it will be green. It will blossom. So you can't want something beautiful and not put in the work. No one will give it time, attention, effort, no. So it takes two willing hearts, two willing minds to have a successful marriage.
You keep saying, this is who I am, this is who I am. And you're chasing all the good people in your life away. This is who I am, and you're having issues at work. This is who I am, you're having issues with your family members. This is who I am, you're having issues with your friends. This is who I am, having issues in your relationship. You don't want to change anything for even yourself. Listen, growth is not about losing yourself. It's about becoming a better version of yourself so that you can love and be loved the right way.
Have you ever come to this point where you just feel things are not going as you plan? Just 2 weeks or a month into a relationship, everything just looks old to you. There's nothing new. Even communication is already dying down. The longing for each other, that craving for each other is already gone. That satisfaction you get around each other is already dying down. Have you come to that point where even the physical aspect, there is no much connection? That aspect where even communication, it's very difficult. You'll be with your partner, it's very difficult to initiate or to sustain a conversation. Have you come to that point where even texting your partner, sending SMS or chatting them up, it looks a bit burdensome, it looks a bit stressful? Have you come to that point where when your partner is just coming to the house or probably is around you, you're already counting time and you feel like, when are you even leaving? Deep inside you. That's because there is something deeper than you understand. That's the crux of the whole matter. It is called the Novelty Syndrome. This is something deeper than you can explain. You just want newer experiences. You are tired with the regular. And that's why I say that marriages that have stayed beyond 10 years, 15 years, it goes way more than just love. Because there is a day that you need to go beyond love to sustain that marriage. There is the room for sacrifice, there is the room for innovation, there's the room for submission, there's the room for also coming out boldly to defend and to sustain what your principles are. And these are some of the little nitty-gritty that really matters in relationship. And as I will always say, the secret to a happy and a lasting marriage, a happy and a lasting relationship, still remains a secret. Because what works for one person may not necessarily work for the other person. However, that does not necessarily mean that there are no strategies towards achieving a happy home or family. In football game, which we'll call soccer, as well as other sports, the fact that there is no one guaranteed strategy to always coming out as the winner does not mean that there are no strategies here and there that can be put together to ensure you come out as the victor. So marriage itself also have its own strategies. So when you understand this principle and you apply them where necessary, you find out that you have a thriving home. Yes. Just like I would say, let's use game for instance. I want to play a game. The intention is actually game. The intention is that I want to play a virtual game. This is actually a virtual game, right? For me to play this game, I need to follow the laid down principles for its installation. This is also used for a virtual game, right? This is also used for a virtual game. This is a gamepad. If I want to use this to play this game, I will actually be suffering and stressing myself out because this is not meant for this game. It is the same thing that has to do with marriage. Several components comes to play, and if you are not using the right component, if you are not implementing the right component, trust me, the result will be zero. And that's why we advise that as much as possible, try to also screen all the truths you'll be hearing before you apply them. Don't just take everything hook, line, and sinker. Don't just swallow everything. Every solution have problems that are unique to them that they should be applied. And above all, allow God to lead you in the application of any strategy at all. I believe you have learned one or two things. At this point, let me allow you to listen and also let me know what your opinion are on this particular subject, the novelty syndrome in relationships and marriage.
Your partner is not talking to you. Your partner is not communicating. Your partner is not confiding in you. Your partner is not opening up to you. My question to you is, the one they did in the past, how did you manage it? The information they gave you in the past, how did you manage it? Because a lot of people have gone quiet in their relationship, not because they do not have anything to say, but because of how other people will treat that information. So they prefer to keep it to themselves. You need to be a safe place, a safe space for your partner to confide in you. And it doesn't happen overnight. Trust is built over time.
This is an egg. And sometimes you might even see eggs that have white shells. So just like every egg, your marriage is different. Okay? Every marriage and every relationship is unique. So some have thicker shells, some have cracked shells. Some when open can be rotten. Some when open can have like twin yolks. Okay, so until you open it, you do not know what's inside. Every couple might look like this egg. They've got it all figured out.
no cracks, beautiful, flawless, perfect vacation, matching photos, constant affection, right? But you're only seeing their shell. Inside, every relationship has its own mix of sweetness, struggles, and surprises. So when you start comparing your relationship in your marriage to someone else's, you're inviting dissatisfaction to your home. You might start wondering, why are we not traveling like them? Why are we not dressing like them? Why are we not doing like them? They seem happier than we do. But those questions are traps. They make you focus on the things that you do not have, and you ignore nurturing what you have. Healthy marriages grow in their own time, under their own warmth. Comparing your marriage just distracts you from the very thing that make your bond special. Those midnight emotional cries you cry together, those your shared scars, your private jokes, things that make your relationship special to you, that no one else has, that no one else knows. Those are the kind of things you should nurture. Okay, so instead of comparing your egg, make omelette with it. Fried egg sauce, boiled egg, whatever you want to do. Add your own flavor. Stir it in your own joy. And trust that what you have is enough.
I believe that you have learned something, and I look forward to that moment when this particular channel becomes almost a right click. But for now, stay safe and remain blessed. Cheers.